Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss about the Werner's theory. So, in theories of coordination compounds, the first theory is proposed by Werner. So, Werner's what he said. So, he said that elements means central metal elements contain two types of valences. So, generally, coordination complexes will have one metal and ligands. So metal is electron pair acceptor and ligand is a electron pair donor. So he explained about the valency of the this metal element. So this element will have two types of valencies. One is primary valency and the second one is secondary valency. So primary valency is denoted by dotted lines. So it is denoted by dotted lines and it is equal to oxidation number of central atom. So means for example cobalt NH3 taken 6 Cl3 is there. So what is the oxidation number of cobalt here? So since 3 chlorines contain total minus 3, this complex contain plus 3. So means here ammonia is a neutral ligand. So the metal will have plus 3 oxidation state. So this oxidation state is called primary valency. So it is denoted by dotted lines and it is equal to oxidation number of central atom. For example, cobalt plus 3, the primary valency is 3. Copper plus 2, the primary valency is 2. Iron plus 2 means the primary valency is 2. So it is equal to oxidation number of the central metal element. It is non-directional. So since it is ionic, so it is satisfied by anion. So it is non-directional means it is a ionic form. So cobalt plus 3 means it is a ion and it is attracted by negative ion. So it is related to the some ionic electrostatic force of attraction. So since it is electrostatic force of attraction, it has no direction. So it has the attraction in all directions. There is no direction to the electrostatic force of attraction since it is a non-directional in nature and it is ionizable valency. So means it can ionizes into ions. That's why it is called ionizable valency, which is satisfied by only anions. For example, this is the compound. So here what is the primary valency? Plus 3. So cobalt is in oxidation number plus 3. So it is satisfied by minus 3. So that's why it is satisfied by only negative ions. So cobalt plus 3 is satisfied by 3 Cl minus ions. So since it is ionic bond, so that's why it is in ionizable. It is called ionizable valency and it is satisfied by only negative ions or anions. So this is about primary valency and secondary valency. So the central metal atom along with primary valency, it contains secondary valency. Secondary valency is shown by solid line. So it is shown by dotted line, it is shown by solid line and it is equal to coordination number of the central metal atom. For example, so what is the coordination number? So the metal is surrounded by how many ligands? That is called coordination number. So here what is the coordination number? It is surrounded by 6 ammonia molecules. So the coordination number is 6. So it is equal to coordination number, means secondary valency of this complex is 6. So it is directional in nature because secondary valency is equal to coordination number. For example, in this complex, what is the coordination number? 6. So since the secondary valency is also 6 in this complex, so it is directional. So means it is formed by coordinate covalent bond. So since metal is the electron pair acceptor and these ligands inside the sphere are electron pair donors and cobalt is electron pair acceptor. So that's why it is a coordinate covalent bond. It is formed by the orbital overlapping. So that's why it is directional in nature. So we have seen in types of bonds in chemical bonding. Ionic bond is non-directional and covalent bond is directional. So that's why it is directional valency and it is a non-directional valency. So the next one is it is non-ionizable. So this coordinate covalent bond cannot form the ions on dissociation. So that's why it is non-ionizable valency. So which is satisfied by negative and also neutral ligands. So they may be electron pair donors may be neutral or they may be negative ligands. So but primary valency is satisfied by only negative ions, but secondary valency is satisfied by both neutral and also negative ligands. Next, Werner representation of complexes. So he said about the structure, he proposed the structure of some complexes. So this is, for example, this is the cobalt Cl3 6NH3. So this contain different isomers, different structures. So different isomer will have different properties. So because of difference in structure, their properties also changes. So this formula, same formula can represent different isomers. Let us see the isomers of this complex. So the first one is, so the first isomer is CONH3 taken 6 Cl3. So this cobalt NH3 taken 6 Cl3. So here what is the primary valency? So since it is have +3 oxidation number, cobalt is in +3, the primary valency is 3 and secondary valency is coordination number. So means inside the sphere how many ligands are there? So inside this brackets how many ligands are there? 6 ligands. So coordination number is 6. So this outside will be represent the primary valency and inside the brackets will represent the coordination number. So primary valency is 3 and secondary valency is 6. So primary valency is shown by dotted lines. So this is equal to 3. These dotted lines, and secondary valency is 6, means inside the bracket how many ligands are there, that is 6. So this 6 solid lines, this indicates the coordination number. Secondary valence indicates coordination number and primary valence indicates oxidation state of the metal. If you know oxidation state of metal, you can easily predict the primary valency. And next complex is COCl3 5NH3. So for this formula, he proposed the structure like this. So cobalt NH3 taken 5 and Cl and Cl2. So means inside the sphere how many ligands are there? 5 ammonia, 1 chlorine, 6. Means coordination number is 6. Means secondary valency is 6. And primary valency is here 1 chlorine shows both, it satisfies both primary valency and secondary valency. That's why we have represented as both dotted line and solid line. So this chlorine satisfy both primary valency and secondary valency. 1 chlorine satisfies both primary and secondary valencies. So here also primary valency is 3 and secondary valency is 6. So the next example is cobalt NH3 taken tries Cl3. So here metal, central metal is there and it is in oxidation number. Just to calculate oxidation number, that is the primary valency. So 3 ammonias have 0. So if you doesn't know oxidation number, just let it be X. So just assume that it is X and plus, so 3 ammonias neutral and 3 chlorines -1. So 3 into -1 and complex doesn't have any charge equal to 0. So x minus 3 equal to 0 means x equal to plus 3. So this is the oxidation number of cobalt. So this is the primary valency. So primary valency is satisfied by these 3 chlorines, and secondary valency is satisfied by both 3 ammonias and 3 chlorines. So means there is no change in the primary valency and secondary valency. Primary valency is a plus 3 only, and secondary valency is 6. So it is satisfied by, so here 3 chlorines satisfy both primary valency and secondary valency. So this is about primary valency and secondary valency of complexes. And next, if you see this bracket, so how we can know outside the sphere how many ions are there? So for example, so cobalt NH3 taken 6 Cl3. So this is the complex. So how we can know outside the complex cation how many chloride ions are there? So just when we react with AgNO3, so if it forms 3 AgCl, 3 moles of AgCl, means it has 3 chloride ions outside the complex. So because the complex doesn't dissociates into individual ions, so the outside ions will form the AgCl. So we can know how many ions are there in the, how many Cl minus ions are there in the complex by reacting it with silver nitrate. So if it forms silver chloride precipitate, so if it forms 2 moles means 2 chloride ions. If it forms 1 mole, only 1 chloride ion is dissociable, or 1 chloride ion is outside the sphere. So let us see. So this COCl3 6NH3 forms so 3 moles of AgCl. So Werner proved his structures, so by reacting with silver nitrate. So he proposed like these structures, and he proved by reacting it with AgNO3 silver nitrate. So if it forms 3 AgCl means 3 chloride ions are outside the sphere. So he proved his theory by reacting it with silver nitrate. So the number of moles of cobalt Cl3 6NH3. So he proposed which structure to this formula? This structure. So he proposed this structure. So here how many ionizable chlorines are there? So this can ionizable, and this can ionizable, and this can ionizable. Means 3 chlorines are outside the sphere and they are ionizable. So means it can, when it react with AgNO3, so how many moles of AgCl precipitate will be formed? So means 3 AgCl, because these cannot be ionized into individual ions. Only these chlorines can form AgCl. So it proves his structure is correct. So let us see. So AgCl, number of moles of AgCl formed by this complex is 3, and coordination number is 6, and primary valency is plus 3. So cobalt Cl3 5NH3. So for this complex he proposed the structure like this. So we have seen. So here how many ionizable chlorines are there? This is 1, this is 2. 2 chlorines outside the sphere are ionizable. And if we add AgNO3 to this complex, so how many AgCl will be precipitated? 2 moles of AgCl, because only 2 chlorines are outside the sphere. So this chlorine cannot be ionized into Cl minus. So we have seen in the complex compounds introduction, so that they will doesn't dissociate into individual ions. So they will always form complex ion. So this forms only 2 moles of AgCl. So here his structure is correct. So by reacting it with AgNO3, he proved that his structure is Correct. And cobalt NH3 4 COCl3 4 NH3 for this complex. So number of moles of AgCl precipitated is 1. So means 1 chlorine outside, 2 chlorines will be inside the sphere, and the coordination number is 6 and primary valency is +3. So for this complex, nickel 6H2O Cl2. So 6 water molecules satisfy the coordination number, secondary valency. So coordination number is 6, and nickel is in +2 oxidation number. So that's why primary valency is +2. So since 2 chlorines are outside the sphere, they will form 2 moles of AgCl with AgNO3. And the next example is platinum chloride 2HCl. So here all the chlorines are inside the complex. So there is no formation of AgCl precipitate. And coordination number is 4. Means platinum is surrounded by 4 chlorine molecules. And primary valency is +4 because oxidation state of platinum is +4. So these are some examples for Venus complexes. So if you see this complex, COCl3, NH3 taken 6, Cl3. So this dissociates into +3 and here 3 Cl minus ions. Hence it has 3 chloride ions. It can form 3 moles of AgCl on reacting with AgNO3. So here this structure, how many chloride ions are there? Only 2 chloride ions are dissociable. So that's why it can form 2 AgCl precipitate or AgCl number of moles of AgCl on reacting with AgNO3. And this only 1 AgCl because 1 chlorine is there outside. So this is the conformation of his structures. So next, EAN rule by Sidgwick. So Sidgwick scientist proposed effective atomic number. So what is meant by effective atomic number? So effective atomic number means he formulated effective atomic number by giving this formula. Effective atomic number is equal to Z minus oxidation number plus electrons given by ligands. So this he proposed this formula and he calculated EAN. So what is mean by EAN? So in complexes, central atom will try to attain configuration of nearest noble gases. EAN means effective atomic number means, so he formulated one formula and he calculated effective atomic number. If it is equal to 18, 36, 54 or 86. So means it is the atomic number of nearest noble gases. This 18 means argon. So 36 means krypton, xenon. So like that. So when the complex will have this atomic number, effective atomic number, then it follows EAN rule. So the complex said to follow EAN rule when EAN calculated will be equal to 18, 36, 54 or 86. So and he given the formula to calculate effective atomic number. So for example, so K4FeCN6. So what is the central atom here? Iron. So this Z is atomic number of central atom. So iron atomic number is 26 minus oxidation number. So how to calculate oxidation number? So this K4FeCN6. So this is the complex. So it dissociate into 4K plus. So K plus this part will have +4. Means this pair will have -4. Plus FeCN6 minus 4. So this is the complex ion. So from this we can calculate oxidation number. For example, oxidation number is X. X plus 6 into -1 because each Cn will have -1 oxidation number equal to -4. So the total charge on the sphere is -4. So this X will be +2. So here oxidation number of iron is +2. So means Z minus means 26 minus oxidation number 2 and plus how many ligands are there? Total 6 ligands. And how they donate, how many electrons? Each cyanide ion will donate 2 electrons. 6 into 2 because it is monodentate. Monodentate can donate 1 electron pair. So 6 into 2 means 12 and 24 plus 12 means 36. So since it follows the EAN rule. So this complex is stable because it is getting the electronic configuration of. So the second example is K3FeCN6. So here the iron is the atomic number is 26 minus oxidation number is 3 and plus 6 into 2. So 35. So it doesn't follows EAN rule.